another video of physical layer module. My name is Sanjeev, and in this video we are going to discuss about switching, that how switching happens in physical layer, and we will discuss in detail what are the different kinds of switching. So let's just start without any delay. So actually, switching is the process to forward packets coming in from one port to the port leading towards the destination. So when data comes on a port, it is called ingress, and when data leaves a port or goes out, it is called egress. A communication system may include number of switches and nodes. So at a broad level, switching can be divided into two major categories. One is connectionless. So the data is forwarded on behalf of forwarding tables. So no previous handshaking is required, and acknowledgements are also optional. Another major category is connection oriented. So before switching data to be forwarded to destination, there is a need of pre-established circuit along the path between both the endpoints. So data is then forwarded to the circuit. After the transfer is completed, circuits can be kept for future use or can be turned down immediately. So in your connection oriented switching, let's just discuss about what actually circuit switching is. So when two nodes communicate with each other over a dedicated communication path, it is called as circuit switching. So there is a need of pre-specified route from which data would travel and no other data is permitted in. So in this circuit switching, to transfer the data, circuit must be established so that the data transfer can take place. Circuits can be permanent or temporary. Applications that use circuit switching may have to go through these three phases: establishing the circuit, then transferring the data, and then disconnecting the circuit. So initially, circuit switching was designed for the voice applications. Telephone is the best suitable example of circuit switching. Before a user can make a call, a virtual path between the caller and callee is established over the network. So I hope this is clear to you what actually circuit switching is. That is basically establishing the circuit before the transfer of data. Now let's discuss about message switching. So what is message switching? So this technique was somewhere in middle of circuit switching and packet switching. In message switching, the whole message is treated as a data unit and is transferred fully. A switch working on message switching first receives the whole message and buffers it until there are resources available to transfer it to the next hop. So if the next hop is not having enough resources to accommodate large size message, so the message would be stored and switch would wait. So actually this particular technique was considered as a substitute of your circuit switching. As in circuit switching, the whole path is blocked for two entities only. In message switching, so further your message switching was also replaced by packet switching. So what are the drawbacks of message switching here which were replaced by your packet switching? So main drawbacks are every switch in transit path needs enough storage to accommodate your entire message. Another disadvantage is because of store and forward technique and wait included until resources are available, message switching is very slow. Now next disadvantage is message switching was not a solution for streaming media and real-time applications, right? So this was about your message switching. Now let's see what actually packet switching is and how it have replaced your message switching. So this is the diagram depicting your message switching here. Here you can see the entire message is transferred to the next hop, and until your next hop is not free, a data is stored to the current hop and it waits until your enough space would be available on the next hop, right? Now let's see what is your packet switching. So as you know, shortcomings of your message switching gave birth to the idea of packet switching. The entire message is broken down into smaller chunks that are called packets. So here you can see that your entire message here is broken down into different smaller chunks, and the switching information is added in the header of each packet and transmitted independently. So here it is easier for intermediate networking devices to store small size packets, and they do not take much resources either on carrier path or in internal memory of the switches. So packet switching enhances your line efficiency as packets from multiple applications can be multiplexed over the carrier, and your internet also uses the packet switching technique. Packet switching enables the user to differentiate data streams based upon the priorities, and packets are stored and forwarded according to their priority to provide the quality of service. So this was all about your switching. I hope this is clear to you what actually switching is, what are the different kind of switching, and how they are helping in transmitting your data with more efficiency and better quality. So thank you for taking time out for this video. Now let's meet in the next video where we would be discussing one more aspect about your physical layer. So till then, bye, take care, thank you.